This is Madden All-Stars GM League. This is your favorite commish, Officius. And I am now officially about to advance to preseason week. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. I'm officially about to advance to preseason week 2. Trades will be open, and the GM League restart will be officially underway. Just to let you guys know, what I'm thinking about is we're going to play out preseason week 2, 3, 4, and be able to start the new league week 1, season 1, week 1, sometime during Saturday. You have to excuse my newborn in the background if you hear her crying. She's fussy. Anyway, as soon as this thing cycles out here, I'm going to advance to the next week and then open up trades. And then what I want to do, guys, is I want to highlight where Madden All-Stars, under the Madden All-Stars umbrella created by Commish Mike. This is a GM league where the focus is on GM skills. What I mean by that is we're focusing on GM skills. It's not just about skills on the stick. It's also about doing the things in the GM office required to be successful on Sunday. And some of the things I mean by that is having skill trainer set up in a certain way where every team could be successful. For example, we don't have the typical, we don't go with the default XP sliders. We want to encourage guys to build their team not by making trades with veterans or doing radical signings in free agency. We want guys to be able to build their team by XP and playing games and doing it the old-fashioned way. Trades are now opened for everybody, of course. Actually, let me change that to with human only to prevent people trading with the computers. We are waiting for a total of 3 users, which would be Commish Mike, I believe Commish Mike and 2 other people, and then we'll be full. But they've already confirmed that they'll be joining. Okay, let me see here. Where's the trade option? We're going to lead trades to enable human trades only. So you won't be able to trade with the computer as a precaution. Anyway, the first thing I want to get into and what I want to highlight as a part of the GM League, which will make our league a little different, is going to be the general settings here. So let me go to what I need to call everyone's attention to. We play on simulation, of course. The trade deadline will be on. The trade deadline will be on, but it will be extended to week 9 for the people who have a bye week on week 8 and that wants to do a trade, just to put that out there. Everyone is allowed to relocate. I believe in creating your own identity, and if that means leaving the state that you're in and to establish a new identity in a different state, new uniform, so be it. Another big thing here, and it's very controversial, we're actually having a heated discussion in the commiss chat fighting for these different rules. One of the things I would like to implement, if it sticks, for now we're going to try it out, is practice squad stealing. The game has been out since August, as everyone knows. We have Madness added off-ball injuries, and because the GM League is an emphasis on GM skills, I'm going to turn off the practice squad stealing because I want to make getting players more competitive. I want to make drafting more of a requirement, because if the practice squad stealing this off, it's going to force guys to build their roster and to build depth in a different way, because you won't be able to go in week 5 in free agency and get someone off someone's practice squad that's been building XP for that, and that team has been building XP for that player the whole season, and then you come along and just take someone. So we're going to try it. We're going to try it for 2 seasons, and I think everyone will probably not like it. And don't get me wrong, I love practice squad stealing. I've stolen many starters off Commish Mike's practice squad. I've stolen players off Commish Menace practice squad, who's now currently the Jets. I've stolen players off Commish Tim Arnold, who's currently the Cowboys practice squad. And those guys have been starters for me, because I believe in XP and building players through XP. So this is not something I want to happen, but this is something that I recognize needs to happen going forward to have longevity in the league. Just as an example, I played a game today versus Dizzy in the Money League, and by the time the halftime came, I was down 3 starters. So I'm starting 3 backups. So if you're starting 3 backups at the same position, who do you have coming up? You can't go to your practice squad, because your practice squad has been basically raped all season. So to keep things in line, with the emphasis on GM skills, I want to practice squad stealing being turned off, to force guys, and at the same time to give guys the luxury of having depth truly at every position. Moving on, if you have any further questions on the practice squad, feel free to DM me. As anyone could tell, I've never had a problem talking to anybody about any situation about the league. My door's always open. Everyone's important to me. Okay, moving on to another thing that me and Commish Mike just discussed. I don't know if he officially added it to the rule book, but I'm going to go down here, and mine might be on. Okay, I have to go somewhere else. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me here. I just want to get to a couple of things. I want to update the XP sliders live as we talk right here. Team settings. Okay, game options. Let's see here. Ball Hawk will be turned off. Heat Seeker will be turned off. Another thing here that will be turned off to make things more realistic, as according to the NFL standards, the previous play option will be turned off. I actually didn't know this was a thing that we could actually turn it off. I was playing Commish Mike the other day in the previous GM league, and he had it off. So I actually don't even know where to look for it. I'm assuming it's somewhere here. Preseason cut days, manual. Where is practice previous play? Let me see here. Forgive me, guys. I didn't know. Gameplay slider, team settings. Will it be on the team settings? Maybe is it visual feedback? Probably. Okay, let's see here. Previous play information, guys. Now in the NFL, there is no previous play. The quarterback doesn't get something on his left wrist that just says, "Oh, they're in cover 4," and just like that, the middle linebacker of the defense doesn't get a thing on his wrist that says, "Hey, they're running HB toss." Now this is good and this is bad. But you have to accept the good with the bad if it's overall good to become of it. That being said, with the previous play being off, okay, and I'm going to turn it off, it forces guys to have to read defenses and to call actual defenses, and forces the offense to adjust because they don't know what the defense is running. If they're looking up and the quarterback is getting sacked after sacked after sacked and he doesn't know what the defense is running, we have to keep that edge for both sides of the ball. Same with the offense. See, and I know, guys, so we don't, here at Madden All-Stars GM League, we don't have a play rule. For example, there's no rule in the playbook that says you can't run the same play back to back to back to back. You know, I know how it is. Guys have a play. You know, it's 3rd and 4. You have this set play that you go to, and maybe you run different variations of it, different hot routes, different adjustments that maybe it comes back in the previous play like you're running the same play, but you're basically running the same set and you're making adjustments. With this being off, it would kill that. Okay, the offense and the defense won't know what each other is running. It's just straight football. I don't know how old most of you Madden players are in the GM League currently, but if you come up through the ranks, you know that previous play, that's a new generation thing. We have never had that luxury. You know, I've built the first couple years of my Madden career of just playing 4-3 no matter what the defense came up with. Shout out to the old school Broncos with the Terminator 3 linebackers that's able to run with slot wide receivers. Anyway, moving on to the next thing that makes this league very different. Sliders. XP sliders. Okay, and you have to give me a second here because I'm going to update these actually live. And I will post the article after this that's where I got my information from. And again, I always say, if any of you have a recommendation or a disagreement with these sliders, DM me, let me know. It's no problem. I love to learn from anybody. You could ask Jets, Menace. I'm always all ears. You know, if anyone has knowledge, I'm willing to listen. All right, that being said, the XP sliders, and this information is based on simulation of a franchise of 20 years, where it didn't allow guys to have basically a super team after 1 or 2 years of a franchise. So currently, the default XP sliders at 100 per position across the board. And according to the research that I've done, this is not enough. And this doesn't promote guys thinking that they can build their 80 or 76 medium accuracy quarterback over a course of a 5 or 6 or 7 or even 10 year franchise. Because at 100 XP, unless you're throwing for 300 yards a game for 16 games, it's going to be hard. So what we hear, based on the information I've researched, is I have quarterbacks at 150. And this is based on after about, what is it? I think it's about 10 years of a simulation. There was no quarterback based on this XP slider that had an overall over 85. Okay. Now, halfback based on the same logic will be put at 150. Same. I don't know what the other leagues are set at. Tight end actually stays at 100. And then wide receiver, to compete with the cornerbacks that will come out of the draft, is placed at a percentage of 230. Again, I will post my research and my information where I got this from. I don't know if most of you know Dodge, but I ran this information by Dodge, and if you know Dodge, Dodge knows his stuff, and he said it was pretty good. Okay, moving on to the offensive line. Now, the offensive line attributes, according to the article that I'm basing this information off, has it at 130 and 100 and 130 for tackle and guard. But according to my personal experience and doing my own simulation of 20 years, I find that we should put every member of the offensive line at approximately 150. Just because position changes and attributes makes these positions very fluid. For example, centers can play guards, tackles can play guards, guards can play tackles. So this will just give you more flexibility on your depth chart. All right, we transition over to the defensive ends. Defensive ends are placed at 200%. Again, this right here, I believe over a period of 20 years, there is no defensive end that was over an overall rating of 85. Of course, if you have your superstar and quick development, it might be different, especially if you're drafted at a 78 with quick development. This is all based on normal development. Defensive tackles, however, will remain at 100. Okay. Linebackers, outside linebackers, middle linebackers will both be placed at 150. Okay. Once again, everything is based on actual simulation of me doing this and doing skill trainer and seeing if it was OP. All right. Safe cornerback. We all, again, have offense will always have dominance over defense or the edge. So wide receivers will be set at 230. And corners will be capped at 200. Remember, I said the word cap because it will bring us to our next subject. All right, so corners and free safeties and strong safeties will be slightly different, where free and strong safeties will have an XP slider of 180. Just because it's not as important for safety to have man coverage. A cornerback needs man, zone, play rec, awareness, and press to be rated anything higher than 85. Kickers and punters will be at 150. I've never, to be honest with you, I've never lived in a franchise long enough where I was to the point where I was trying to progress my kicker and punter, but that is a dream of mine. Anyway, let me copy and paste this, and when I post this video, I'll post this article that I base this information on directly after it. All right, now moving forward, my next subject is speed caps in general. For most of you out there that know this, and what I'm going to be doing is just, while I'm speaking, I'm going to go to different rosters and highlight what I think is good or bad about it. So we'll start with the Bears because I'm the Bears. Anyway, moving forward, if most of you know that speed caps has been something that's always been associated with Madden All-Stars franchise. However, Madden All-Star franchise GM League is slightly different, and the emphasis is on GM skills. So what we're going to do is it's a trial period where we're not going to necessarily have speed caps in this league right now, for now. We will revisit it, and again, this is a passionate discussion in the commish chat right now. We have commissions that's for it, we have commissions that's against it, and I would like to try just not having speed caps on players. For example, we have Bengals, for those that are not inside the inside joke, we have a little Uzi Vert here. He has 98 speed, 96 acceleration, which is great. He doesn't have a quick or superstar development. He has no release off the ball, 85 looseness, stuff like that. So normally he would be capped at 96 speed, I believe. I personally believe, because this is a GM league based on GM skills, that we should not implement this cap here in this situation. This young man actually ran into the combine one day, and he ran this in real life. I know these speed cap rules were created because according to the Madden mechanics a few years back, speed had the game OP. I really don't feel like the speed is overwhelming this year. I think that adjustments can be made on defense to combat speed. It just makes it realistic. So we're not going to cap any players the first year of the franchise. After the draft class, we will revisit it. We'll see how the first season goes. To be honest, I don't foresee any problem. If you have a John Ross coming to town and you want to play one deep safety or garbage coverage that doesn't recognize or give respect to the outside threat, to be honest, that's on you. Again, the emphasis is on GM skills. GM skills is not only getting the great personnel, is also coming up with a scheme that will make you competitive. So just to put guys on an alert that's in that division, I believe it's the AFC North. Don't quote me on that. But if I was in the AFC North or this guy was in my division, I would be in the draft, in free agency, in trying to make trades to compete. Another person, I can't think of another person that this speed cap might affect. I don't know what Patriots, this guy, Brandon Cook. No, I think Dynasty Speed would normally stay. Wow, he's quick development. He's 23. Wow, Rich Green, I'm jealous. Send Brandon Cooks to Bears. I'll give you anything you want, including my second or third born. Oh, I got to call my son now that I remember. All right. Let's see. So that's about it. Let's see here. We covered the sliders. We covered previous play information. We covered no speed caps. We covered... another thing that we have done here in the Madden All-Stars franchise is gameplay sliders. Okay. All right, before you freak out, I'm not touching anything here that would change the game. But what we do, in the addition of turning practice squad stealing off, is that we have turned down injuries based on the complaints of the previous franchise and the Money League franchise. I'm going to let you guys know this, okay? Not because it's turned down to 40. Don't think you're okay to go into a new season with 2 running backs, 6 O-line, and 5 D-line. Because still at 40, I'm experiencing multiple injuries every single game to key players. I don't really see the difference in the lack of injuries. So don't think that this kind of bails you out. But we have tried to address the problem of unnecessary injuries to players after the draft, or you build your team in week one, 7 of your key guys are gone. So we have lowered it to 40, and we have turned off practice squad stealing. So in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round of the draft, you could take guys that maybe has a size, speed, jump, or whatever it is that you like, but maybe they're missing something. You could draft guys like that, even though you have your 53-man roster already set to the side. You could draft guys like that, and with the sole purpose of putting them on your practice squad to build SP for them for a whole year, and then you could upgrade them as you see fit. You could use them as trade bait. It's just a great tool to make the league more competitive in the future. Again, all these things are not in stone. If we get to season 2 and guys want practice squad stealing off, we can vote and we can make a change. It's no dictatorship. It's just something that I've seen, and I've noticed the trends. I pay attention to the trends. I'm always in the chat. Even if I don't comment, I'm seeing what guys are complaining about, and I'm being officious, and I'm saying, and I'm looking to the future. I would just ask that you guys trust my vision, and I believe that once we go into season 2 and you draft for the second time, you'll be thanking officials that practice squad stealing will be off, because you will see the advantage you have for your team and how even more competitive the league will be with practice squad stealing off. So I just ask that you give it a chance. I'm going to sign off now and get into some trades and post some guys that I have on the block. Feel free to comment on this video, to make recommendations for the league. Again, if everyone in the league is happy, I'm happy, and everyone has the freedom to build their teams, and we can go from there. I would like to start season 1 by Saturday. Guys, feel free to play your preseason week 2 games, make your trades, set your team up, take your time. Tomorrow being Tuesday, we'll probably advance to preseason week 3 Wednesday morning, and then week 4 Friday morning, and then Saturday. By Saturday morning, I would like guys to have made their cuts, establish your practice squad. I mean, like, think about how deep that is. Now you can set your 53-man roster and set your practice squad players and go into the season competitive. I've looked at each division in this franchise. I tried to give people a team on their list that they had, and somehow it worked out. I looked at the divisions. The divisions are very balanced. There's no easy division in this franchise. All of them. NFC East, Cowboys has Tim. Then we got Browser Destroyer with the Redskins. I believe Redskins is a team that has the roster to bang with the Cowboys over there in the NFC East. Let me go into the different divisions and highlight who I think is the predominant force in that division. And we'll start with the AFC North. Holy shit, guys. We have a Super Bowl champion in Kid KJ. We have a veteran, Black Mike. He's been around for years. He has Pyramid. He knows how to use them. He has Ravens defense with a formidable defensive line. You guys better be ready and be careful. We have Diego here at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers, do I need to say anything? Shazier, Dupree, Watt, Hayward. I forgot the corner they got from the Browns. I can't think right now. But this is a team with rookies. I'm not going to talk about the offense at all because that's self-explanatory. And then we have here the Bengals. CB215 himself. He has John Ross. He knows how to use them. I will say that the AFC North may be one of the most competitive divisions in the league right now. Going over to the AFC South. I'm trying to remember everyone's, because I was there for the teams. We have the Colts, who used to be the Beats. He's a formidable adversary. He went toe-to-toe with Little Frank, who was the Dolphins. If you're in the Money League, you know who Little Frank is. You know what he's capable of. And this guy was getting props from Little Franks routinely because they were in the same division. We have Titans, Q Money. Q Money's no joke. He knows talent. He was previously the Black Knights. He beat me a come from behind victory with some Madden love and some great stick skills. He has the Titans. The Titans have a great old line, great running backs, great quarterback. They have revamped corners. They have great safeties. They have a great front seven. But we'll see what his GM skills is mostly like. And then we have here Texans, Blurry, Northside. If you guys know him, you've felt his presence. You know, what could I say? This guy, he's been wanting the Texans for a couple of seasons. He's been selfless. He was able to get the Texans in this franchise. In this division, I was very careful of him. I'll just say this. This is not the guy you want to get on his bad side, because he will do his homework, he will research you, and he will come for you. Think of Hitman. Okay, then let's get to the Jags. Jags is a personal friend of mine, my high school friend, best friend. All hail Vail. I will say this about the Jaguars. The Jaguars is not a team that you're going to come and try new plays against. This is the true no-fly zone. Denver is getting a little old on the outsides. There is no throwing on these guys. Ramsey, do I need to say more? Merrick, Boye. They got Big D in the middle, Darius. They have Flowers. They have Mac. I hope that's his name. I can't think. Jack, I mean. They have Burns. They have Jackson. Oh my God. I think it's getting hard. Anyway, moving on. First of all, let me pick my favorite right here. I'm going to go... And I love everybody here. The talent, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in this division in Money League. I'm the Colts, and I'm dominating this division. No one in this division is standing up to me. And I have the Colts. So I'm going to take King, I think his name is his PSN. I'm going to take the Colts to dominate this division. I think the Colts... Oh, wow. Titans is really good, too. I like Jags. But I'm not going to think with my heart. I'm going to take the Colts to take this division as well. I'm going to take Kid KJ to take the AFC North. I think Kid KJ, Diego, Black Mike, and CB, this is going to be a bang out. You know, I wonder who will quit first. Moving to the AFC East. Ooh, it doesn't get any easier. I got my boy right here, Menace. Menace wanted everybody in the league to be happy, so he did the Samurai Warrior trick, and he jumped on the dagger for everybody. He didn't want Jets to even be offered to any team in the league, so he took the Jets first. So he's willing to put his GM league skills to the test and see if he can build Jets, because he said to me, and I quote, I'm going to take the Jets, and when I build them into a great team, I never want to hear another user say I can't win because I have the Jets. That being said, we have Rich Green as the Patriots. The Bills is a new user. I don't really know. He is Diego's neighbor. Something like that. I don't know him, so I can't comment. And then we have the HBK, the previous Jets user in this division. This division, I won't even lie, it's tough as hell. We have the Jets, Menace, who, everyone knows him. He's going to build that defense first, no matter what. And then we have HBK, previous SB winner. He will get with you. He does understand the cap. He understands players. He understands regression. Good luck. Rich Green, what could I say? This guy's all offense. He got defensive stick work. He knows how to draft. He knows how to use that team. He knows how to build that team. I'm going to pick my favorite out of this division right now, and I'm going to take... Hold on, let me drink my drink and think about this. I'm going to take the Patriots to take this division and to be the dominant force in this division, not because of skill, but purely because of the roster. We'll see what happens here. Year 2, I will take Menace to make some major noise in this division, injuring and scarring players' future. Moving on, AFC West. For goodness sakes, this is another heavy hitter right here. We got Carolina boy. He was the Patriots in the old Sim League. He's been to playoffs. I've played this guy. He has kept me to 0 points. He has defense. He has stick skills. He has the awareness. He can build a roster. Good luck. Who do we have here but the Broncos? Nothing but Scant Ant himself. Scant Ant, that trophy is on its way. I can't wait for you to get it. Please post in chat. Scant Ant is the second Super Bowl champion of the GM League, Madden All-Stars GM League, and he did it in the only way you can, by beating the previous Super Bowl winner to get into the Super Bowl. I think it was. He was the Chargers. Well, who did he beat? And he beat the Bears. Kid KJ in the Super Bowl. Kid KJ missed a field goal of extra point that would have sent the game into overtime, making Scant Ant the champion. It was a great game. Then we have here Steve Matthews from Sim League. I forgot what team he was in the Sim League, but I've played him. This guy is a formidable guy. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to say this. Of every roster in the AFC West, I will take the Chargers. If I have any team I could be here, I will be the Chargers. That defense is ready. I will move Melvin Ingram to left outside linebacker, and put some big dudes next to Bosa. And that defense, Perriman, Brown, everyone, they're ready. Good luck. Glad I'm not you. And then who do we have here? Nothing but the boss himself. He has pop, he has hot, and he has sizzle. He's ready to build that team. I'm sure he got Dre Archer in free agency again. Good luck over there. If I had to pick a guy to come out of this division, I am going to take ouch. The only reason why I can't take Chiefs, because I hate them. I hate the Chiefs, because I haven't beaten them in a long time and I'm jealous. So I'm going to take Boss to come out of this division. Him and Scant has been going at it. I think Scant has been hot lately, but I think Boss has his game down pat because they've been in divisions multiple times. So this is a hard pick. I'm taking Boss to take the division. Ooh-wee. As we get into the north of the NFC, we got Super Bowl winner Showtime. We have Super Bowl winner Kokuru Tamanashi. I think I said that last name wrong. And we have perennial playoff appearance Poptart, who goes to the playoff most years and goes out in the wild card. And we have a new user to the connected franchises. I was told by Carolina Boy. I really don't know it, so I can't comment, but I will say this. Wherever Slay is, go the opposite way. So we have Showtime here with a great Packers team. We have Kukuru with a great Vikings team that comes with a defense, a Super Bowl defense right now. Send Joseph the Bears. I'll make it worth your while. If I had to take a winner out of this division that will dominate, I can't, and I don't think an individual player will dominate this division. To be honest, I think the Packers, Vikings, and Bears will go at each other. Again, I'm not knocking the Lions. I don't know them. The Packers, Vikings, and Bears, we all know how to build a team. We all know how to draft. And we all know how to play. I haven't beaten Vikings in a long time, but he knows me and he hears my footsteps. So if I had to pick a guy to come out of this division, I'm going to pick the Bears, because, you know, if you're not betting on yourself, I don't even know who you are. If you disagree, you can make your own video. Okay, moving down to the NFC South. All right, we have a newcomer in the Bucs that I do not know. We got Mac at the Falcons, previous Steelers. And then we have Saints. I'm never going to try and pronounce your PSN because I'm not that smart. But I know who you are. You're Golden Eagles in Money League. And we got Dizzy as the Panthers. This is a tough division too. Like I said, there are no easy division in this franchise so far. Panthers made some great additions through the draft. So did the Bucs, Falcons. The Bucs is a little work in progress. Gotta get that O-line up. Send who I want you to send to Bears. Send McCoy to Bears. I'll make it worth your while. We have Mac with the Falcons, was arguably probably one of the greatest teams in the game. And I'm going to pick the Saints as a sleeper here. And coming out of this division, I'm going to take the Saints to come out of this division. Why? Because if he didn't take the Saints, I was going to take the Saints. The Saints is a sleeper team and a sleeper roster. The Saints' O-line is complete and ready to go. They have 2 running backs. They have wide receivers with quick development in Thomas. They have the Drew Brees. They have Fleener. That offense is 90s. And they have 4 corners in 90 speed and above with the zone and man coverage and play rec. The safeties are, I've seen better. The linebackers, but to have O-line, quarterback, running backs, wide receivers, and secondary is a good start. The reason why I'm not taking Dizzy right here, because I am Panthers, or was Panthers in the old Money League, and I believe Cam Newton to be not an accurate QB, even though I know this guy loves to run and pound the pill. But I don't think Cam Newton is good enough to win a Super Bowl. There, I said it. Then we come down to the NFC East. For goodness sakes. We got Nick. Right here, he's the Giants. We got Bowser, Redskins. We got Shy Boy, supposed to be the Eagles. He hasn't checked in yet. We don't know. He might be CB's boy. Red Barons might take him if I don't hear from him. You need to check in, big dog. And then we got Tim Arnold commissioned himself as the Cowboys. Again, Cowboys, it's been a team that he has wanted for a couple of Maddens. He hasn't been able to have it. He was able to acquire it here. This division, this is tight. I haven't seen Giants. I've played Nick and I've played Bowser. I haven't played Shy Boy in a couple of. I didn't play him last Madden, so I don't. But he's good. He knows how to play. Tim, Tim is a guy right here. Points for 3, points against 31. Tim, build a defense. The Sim is exposing you. The Giants need O-line. Redskins need wide receivers. The Eagles roster is by far the best roster in this division. The Cowboys have a great O-line, but nothing on that defense scares me whatsoever. So they're all show. You'll probably look to dominate this division with a powerful run game. I don't see that defense being able to shut out anyone with any kind of offensive aptitude. They have a corner in Brown, they have Jones, they have Smith, but that's about it. Nothing on that D-line scares me at all. So this division is up. I think the Redskins defense right now and the Giants defense and the Eagles defense, it will be most likely equipped to stop that powerful run game. This division will come down to scheme, as with the NFC North. Whoever has the greatest scheme and has a team and builds a team designed to come out of this division will win. And again, the NFC East is always known to have teams with the hardest schedules in Madden for some reason. Weird. We'll find out why soon. Last but not least is the NFC West. This is a division with all users that's on the West Coast that will help them make and schedule games a little easier. We have right here the Rams, Mr. D himself, who again, like Menace, was willing to take any team that would allow the franchise to move and operate more smoothly. The Rams have a great roster. They have a great D-line. I don't have to talk about Donald. Don't run that side. Give it up. They have a great young quarterback. They have young wide receivers, a great old line, a young running back. This team is ready. Then we have the Cards. Don't blink. Oh, wow. Wow. I wouldn't have let him get that team. Because one thing I will say about him and the Cards, that he don't like old guys, so I know that Palmer will be on the block, or anyone older than 26. because he is an ageist. Anyone older, he's going to get rid of. You know, you have to watch this guy. He will trade for the #1 pick on some bullshit. What's up, Don Blake? You know I love you. And then we have Commish Mike himself, Seahawks extraordinaire. The Seahawks. I don't have to say anything else. Then we got Tycoon taking the 49ers. The 49ers roster is a sleeper roster. It's not the 49ers you're thinking about. These are the 49ers that will hurt your heart. Get that O-line built up and they're ready. To take this division, I'm going to take, oh my God, Mike loves defense. Tycoon is a good player. Don't Blink is a good player. Tycoon is a good player. I'm going to take Tycoon out of this division, the Rams. Gosh, Seahawks is there. You know what? I'm going to go with a heart pick. I'm going to take Commish Mike to take this division and to run this division. I don't think the teams up here are built up, but they're not ready for Sherman. They're not ready for Griffin. They're not ready for Wagner. They're not ready for Sheldon. They're not ready for Bennett. They're not ready for Averill. They got Dwayne Brown. They picked up another O-line in free agency. I'm glad I'm not you. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. I know this video went on long. DM me any questions you have about the video, any questions you have about the league. I'm going to get an official schedule posted here soon. Until the next time, guys, happy hunting. Again, don't forget, I know Trades is active. Don't forget about your cap. Don't forget about building your team for the long haul. I know everyone wants to compete for right now, but just don't forget, there will be multiple seasons to this league. Analyze your roster, assess if you really have a chance to win this year, identify your goals, and move forward. The emphasis is on GM skills. It's not all about stick skills. You know, if you want to run the ball, but if you're not doing anything to build your old line, you're doing it wrong. All right, guys, free agency is open. You guys have at it. What's the other thing? Again, just want to announce the Super Bowl champion will receive a trophy and $40. We might visit the topic of a side money pot for those who want to invest in themselves and believe that they have what it takes to go far into the playoffs. We can have a survivor money pot. DM me for questions about that. Anyway, guys, happy hunting. I'm going to log off here now and get into some GM decision making myself. All right, guys, you take care. Peace. Officious out.